This is Watcher 3 to Cipher 9. Things are a little chaotic without Keeper, so I need a minute to pull our files on Voss. In the meantime, I did want someone more familiar, but...
Apologies for the wait. Playing catch-up with our friends in the diplomatic service, but we think we can brief you.
I didn't realize we had an expert on board.
The diplomatic service has more experience with Voss than anyone. Certainly more than me.
We never served on Voss personally. It's a newly discovered world, home to a simple humanoid civilization. One species, one government, one city. Voss Ka.
Primitive. They didn't even have spaceflight when we made first contact.
But they have art and laws and culture. More importantly, they have citizens who can use the Force. Not Jedi or Sith, but something different.
New Force users could change the balance of power.
The Voss Force sensitives are called mystics. They're healers and fortune tellers, utterly revered and considered infallible. We want the Voss and the mystics to ally with the Empire. The Republic is petitioning them too, yet they remain stubbornly neutral.
Of course, half the galaxy has spies there. Who wouldn't? Keeper's files clearly indicate conspirator involvement, but no names or details. All I've got are instructions for a meet.
I'll take the bait. What was her plan?
There's a tea house in Voskar proper. You're supposed to wait for a contact. He'll identify himself with the phrase, anew as the spring. I don't know who he is, or whether Keeper told him about the Star Cabal, but he'll know more than I do.
Assuming he's in one piece.
Assuming that, Watcher 3 out.
We'll await your instructions.
Outsider? Enter, please. Yanatam, remove incense for comfort. And pour the simple teas. We're honored.
Don't burden the woman, 5-ton.
She looked unburdened.
I am Baston. This is my tea house. Forgive my son. May we start anew as the spring?
The Empire has some questions for you.
I'm aware of that. Host the others. This woman is a friend of a good friend. I will share her time. Don't worry. The family won't bother us, and no one else suspects. Living with these creatures for 5 years earns some credibility.
That's either quite a disguise, or you're Voss yourself.
Our employers surgically altered me to look like the real Baston. The only way to infiltrate a closed society. I got to know my family, raise children, kiss my wife. I don't care how exotic they look, their breath always smells like Minok dung. It's some spice in the blasted food.
I'm operating on limited information. Why am I here?
My orders were to find you a lead on Albathius, a human who showed up a few years ago. Voss called him the Shining Man. Where he came from is a mystery. But it only took him 5 weeks to go from outsider to practically Voss. Went through a dozen rites to earn their respect. Knew their culture inside and out. Knew their politics. Textbook infiltration. Impossibly perfect.
You're talking past tense. What happened to him?
Just when it seems the Voss can't love him anymore, he dies in his sleep. Buried with honors. Mourned like one of them. No one's touched the case much since. So if you want to learn what the Shining Man was up to, you've got a nasty job. Start with the tomb.
What does died peacefully mean?
It means he went to his home in Voss Ka one night and didn't wake up. Heart condition, they said. Tombs at the base of the mountain, holiest place a non-Voss can be interred. Predators keep the area clear these days. If you want to go in as a pilgrim, I've left clothes and instructions at a dead drop. Give me a call once you're in.
Theriton returns at sunset.
Our family must prepare a welcome. We will speak again. You're holding a Voss outfit, part of the pilgrim's ritual to the Shining Man's tomb. Best way to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Tradition says the pilgrim's supposed to collect ceremonial offerings from the Seeker's Path. That'll be your first stop. Then the tomb itself. Just watch out for the subhumans. The Voss call them Gormak, but all you need to know is that they're vermin with blasters.
Baston, I'm in position. Nothing in the sarcophagus but dust and a scroll.
Dust? No way the body decayed that fast on its own. Send me a high-res image and bring the scroll back. Dust sample, too. We'll see what analysis turns up.
I'll head back to the tea house.
I'll save a seat for you.
I wondered if you would return. Perhaps the tea?
Come share our meal. My brother Therod Tun is with us. We celebrate.
Tell us of the stars.
I'll pass on dinner. Tell me when you're ready to work.
You won't?
Her ways are not Voss. I can't get out of this. Stop by in an hour. They'll be gone. Sorry about that. Now the tomb. I'll send the ashes for analysis, but I'm more interested in the scroll. It's sort of an epitaph. Calls the Shining Man a man of prophecy, who was made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine of Healing.
Not exactly directions to his employers, but it's a start. What do you think?
The Mystics have a whole library of prophecies. The rest of the Voss revere the Mystics because their prophecies are always right. If the Mystics prophesied the Shining Man's arrival, it would explain why the Voss accepted him so easily. It's awfully convenient, though.
Made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine of Healing. What does that part mean?
The Shrine of Healing is a mystic sanctuary where people go to be cured. The sick and dying, or the spiritually wounded. Only a handful of pilgrims manage to complete the trek each year. I'd guess if the Shining Man was there, it wasn't for spiritual reasons.
I've faced Jedi and Sith. I'm not afraid of their primitive cousins.
Primitive, not stupid. Don't underestimate the Mystics. There's a pilgrimage camp not too far from Voss. One of the guides there can help you reach the shrine and the wellspring. My advice, if you'll take it, play by the Mystics' rules. It's not wise to defy the order of things.
You have faced the trials, outsider, but the wellspring is for the broken.
After what I went through, you want to stop me now?
The Mystics tend the wellspring. The Mystics make bodies and minds whole. I disturb them for nothing less.
Maybe I wasn't clear. Tell me about the Shining Man's visit to the wellspring. Or even the Mystics won't be able to heal you.
I know the Shining Man. I did not know he came here. The Mystics never speak of past work. Wellspring history is preserved in the Vitalicrons. Memory of each petitioner. Technologically stored.
The Shining Man had one too.
Yes. I will show you. Each genetically locked by the petitioner who created it. Only its creator may examine the past. I know nothing else.
Thank you for your time. Baston, I found a record of the Shining Man's visit to the shrine, but it's genetically locked.
Good thing you went tomb robbing. Sending the genetic workup on the Shining Man's ashes now. My contacts didn't find any identity matches, by the way. No evidence he existed before Voss.
Whatever this conspiracy is, its people aren't careless. Keep looking. Attempting to unlock the Vitalicron now. Looping you in on the audio feed.
Interface activated. Warning, the memory is corrupted. Came to us from the Nightmare Lands. You knew our ways. You bore a scroll. I remember so little. What did the scroll say? A prophecy from the Chamber of Ashes. It had been lost to us. Die! Go back to the Nightmare Lands. Grateful for your trust, but I must leave soon for Voskar. Trust does not matter. The prophecy you found speaks of you. You are healed. You are the Shining Man.
Doesn't tell us why the Shining Man was sent here, but now we know how he calmed the Voss.
I expected the Shining Man to be a little more impressive.
Maybe he's not lying about coming from the Nightmare Lands. The Nightmare Lands are forbidden to the Voss. Legend says the ruins drive people insane, and our scouts come back in parts. Old ruins might be the only place he could find materials to fake a scroll of prophecy. But there's nowhere worse on the planet.
I'm tired of Voss legends getting in the way of my work. I'm going.
Then I'll dig up what I can. But we've got some prep work to do. Meet me back at the tea house. Baston out.
This is why commandos exist.
I was one, Uncle. They are imperfect. Outsider, forgive us. No tea is prepared. Would you look at something?
I'm not interested. Where's your father?
This came to us. It speaks to you.
Hello, Agent. Hope you get this in time, because your friend Baston doesn't have long. He's safe for now, but you know the drill. This stays between us. You want him back? Come to these coordinates. It's out in the Gormak lands, but that shouldn't be a problem for you.
We do not know him. The message came when Baston went into the city.
I need to go. Breathe a word to your commanders, and Baston isn't the only one who'll suffer.
Hello, Agent. If you're hearing this, you must have found my messenger. I said I wanted to meet you. Still do. But privacy is in both our interests. The Voss commandos deploy scanning posts out here. Decommission them, and I'll send you final instructions. No recordings this time. I finally get to see your face. Congratulations on disabling those scanners, sending coordinates to our meet.
As soon as I arrive, you shoot me, and Baston dies next.
Maybe. But if you don't show up, we'll be gone before you can do anything.
Team Alpha down. She is tough. Yes, sir.
I've crossed the cartel on 3 planets. You expect me to tell one heart from another? Mind if I skip the speech and just start shooting?
Ow!
The boss is out. Job's over. Get off world.
You should have tempered your ambitions. Found yourself a casino on Nar Shaddaa. Now you leave me no choice.
Someone really wants you dead to go digging up your past. Trying to keep you from the Shining Man. I'm not making it home. But at least I'll die an Imperial instead of a blasted alien.
I mean to finish this mission, but I need your help.
I was studying the Nightmare Lands when I was captured. The Chamber of Ashes. It's where the Shining Man supposedly found his scroll of prophecy. The only maps of the Nightmare Lands are locked in the Capitol building. Carvings, tapestries. You'll never find your way without them.
You did your duty. No one can ask for more.
My Voss family. They'll get you inside. Get you to the maps. Never thought I'd die here.